for my homeland. Selama Ashalanore. I am Prince Kael'thas, and the time for a reckoning has come!
What do we have here? Let's get this promo tour started. Oh yeah, Lucio in the house. Oh, let's break it down.
Welcome back to the HGC, and if you're looking to take your wardrobe to the top, apparently we are doing a hero sale right now. If you use the code HGC2017, you get 20% off all heroes related items. Pretty darn cool. What are you gonna get?
I don't know yet.
There's a sick backpack that you need to get. It's pretty awesome.
There is?
Yeah, it's got like a little Blizzard logo on the back and all of like the franchises. It's pretty awesome.
You know, the last time I got something at a Blizzard show was actually at BlizzCon, and what happened is I took the thing with me to Europe. Guess where it is right now? It's still there. It didn't fit in the backpack.
Well, now you can get an American one. So we're getting ready for game number 4 between our two teams, Tricked Esport and, of course, Team Liquid. Team Liquid up 2-1, and game number 3 just looked a little bit better for them. But I want to say, overall, Tricked Esports has been putting in the work, and it shows.
Yeah, I really feel for them it's a bit of a problem going up against such a strong team as Team Liquid. And they are a good team, so I'm curious to see how they will do in the rest of the season. But I mean, the best of 5 is over just yet. So they are behind right now, but they were already behind after game number 1, came back into it. So yeah, I'm curious to see what they can do on map number 4.
Well, map number 4, where are we going? Let's find out. The battleground choice will be Cursed Hollow. The choice is by Team Liquid. So Tricked will walk away with the first pick. But Cursed Hollow, man, suddenly you got to start thinking about that Falstad, the Abathur possibilities, Teriel Sanctification. All of these heroes really start to work on this battleground in particular.
I like Curse a lot. I really enjoy watching, like playing the map quite a bit, casting the map. I really think it's a pretty cool map, even though it's like, it's the oldest, right, that we have in the pool?
It's so old that sometimes oldies are the goodies. There's a music station here in America about all the oldies, man. The oldies are where it's at.
Okay. I don't know how to respond to that.
We're going to listen to it on the way home today. I'll show you the oldies, man.
We will? Okay.
Cursed Hollow's been around for a while.
It was an honest question.
Yeah, no, it's like legit.
It's the oldest, right? It's
yeah,
like the oldest map we have.
That and Dragonshire came out together with the game. But yes, that and the old Haunted Mines back when everyone picked Sylvanas and won the video game in 7 minutes. So
Sylvanas didn't exist there. The winning strategy back then was you pick Zagara, you pick Abathur, you copy it, you play the Asmodan, you just roll down the lane, and in 5 minutes the game's over.
That's when Abathur Tychus was a thing. You could Ultimate Evolution and get double heroics. Pfft, that was crazy.
We were
times.
farming gold all day long. It was just meeting up at 12 with the German boys, and then we were rolling down the bot lane on that map. 5-minute games, get the next win in, get the experience and the gold. That's how we did it.
Good times. Back when we were young. So Cursed Hollow, talking about it, in terms of what these two teams have been running, which team here do you think has better advantage running in this battleground?
It's a bit rough. I would say overall it's still Team Liquid, just because they have on the... First of all, like, they play with globals, I feel, is stronger. So they have a lot of options when it comes to that. I mean, they are one of the teams that has been playing in the past with a lot of Abathur. We've seen a lot of the Vikings out of them. So they always preferred a lot of the macro game. Everything that we've seen from Tricked so far is very team fight oriented. That's usually like where they are starting to thrive a bit more. when it comes to the big macro calls, this is where I would give Team Liquid an edge. And I feel on Cursed Hollow in particular, there's so many situations in where you really have to make a very clear choice. Do we go for boss, double boss? Do we instead push a lane? So overall, I think there's a very good reason for why Team Liquid chose this map.
We'll see how the choices unfold between our two teams as they battle it out here. Tricked Esport and Team Liquid ban out the supports. No Lucio, no Tassadar.
Yeah. Both of them immediately gone, and guess what? It's the Arthurs again.
Tricked Esport seems to like that hero.
Guess who drafts for them?
I wonder who it could be.
Could it be the Arthurs player? And the response immediately by Team Liquid. This is very reminiscent of something that we've seen on map 1. And yeah, care to explain to the users that, the viewers that tune in a little bit later how that went?
That did not go so well for Tricked Esports. The false out of Dahaka play, the coordination is too solid here for Team Liquid. Hopefully Tricked Esport will have a plan to actually handle the pressure that's going to be coming their way. I will say Cursed Hollow can be a battleground where you can make plays work around here. You have the double boss setup, so if you do have a global that is utilized in a different lane, you could go for a quick snap rush if you get the DPS. I would love to see maybe a gray main from Tricked Esport. The problem is they run more Vala. They run more range characters that take a little bit longer to burn down a boss.
They actually take the Gul'dan away in this
Wow.
game. I actually feel like Gul'dan also gains a little bit more value even here just because of the corridors that you have. The one thing I want to highlight though is we talk about they pick Arthurs, so both of the globals are taken away. That's definitely true, and the globals have a strong position here. But it also means by taking the two supports, you give up Malfurion. Malfurion is still like the healer that we see in-game the most because the bans have moved more towards the Lucio and the Tassadar. So with that setup, Malf still has so much utility that it is crazy. So it's not only Trick that gave something up, it's also Team Liquid looking at it and saying like, okay, we give them the Malfurion, we have them with Howling Blast and Roots, that's going to be a bit rough, but we have the two globals so we can compensate for it and play around them if we have to.
It's interesting. Just how draft can go down. You give up things, you got to take up things. Just all these important foundations that are so key to earning victory has to be weighed. Now, I do want to know that Tricked Esport has completely caught on to what Team Liquid wants to run, which is this Gul'dan and Nubarak combo.
Yep.
They take away the Gul'dan and they ban a Nubarak.
Not only that, we have a ban on Varian. So last time that Varian came into play, it was incredibly annoying for Team Liquid to deal with him and Arthurs because it was always that dash in, get the taunt, get the Howling Blast as a follow-up, and it already shut down Zeratul.
Yeah.
So that is something, before we saw that pick, the double pick here, I thought, okay, maybe they are going to try and head into a Zeratul again. Let's see what they pick up here. With this combo, of course, they still need their support, so that's not going to be the case. But just Greymane alone, if he wants to go deep, he would have faced a similar problem. So they want to make sure that just this massive CC, that chain stun is not going to happen against him. So getting the Varian out of the picture is a good choice for them for sure. And let's see what Tricked has up their sleeves on the last two picks. It is the Vala.
Vala and HGC, so double tank with Malfurion being still the healer. Over to Team Liquid, this should be a Rhaegar pick, correct?
I would say so. I mean, if you don't want to go into the Rhaegar, you could theoretically, I suppose, think about the Oriel here.
Okay, so we have our Rhaegar locked in.
Not great, so yeah.
Boss control and map control is heavily in the favor of Team Liquid, it feels like. A lot of the pressure will be on Greymane, of course, to secure those kills and finish them off. While you look on the right side here, we do have Solid Engage. You have your ETC, you have our Arthur's Flank set up, and you do have the Horrify as well. There is a lot of control available for actual team fights for Tricked Esport.
Yeah, Tricked is running a very, very similar draft to what they executed in the first game. And it fell apart because they couldn't really deal with the globals. It was also on Sky Temple, so that was a bit of a different story that you have there. I feel with us now being on Cursed, the comp can definitely work out for them.
Yeah.
I believe that Gul'dan can have a huge impact here. If you get a good Horrify off, that's something that they definitely have to focus on. If that's the case, then I think they can walk away with victory here. But of course, Team Liquid has a strong draft with those globals, and the way they used them in the last few games just gave them such an edge that I think it's going to be very difficult for Trick to make that happen now.
You mentioned Sky Temple, and just to elaborate more on that, whenever you are on Sky Temple, it falls behind. It's very difficult to make a comeback, especially against globals. Cursed Hollow is possible. When the objective goes to your opponents, all you got to do is clear it out. And you have Gul'dan this time, you have Vala to a degree, and even Arthas that could set up flanks. So there is possibility here for Tricked Esport, if they do fall behind, to not be in the same spot we saw them on Sky Temple. But with all that being said, we do know it's Team Liquid, and we know that they are pretty darn powerful with the composition that they have.
Yeah, like Team Liquid when they play with the globals, and then they are incredibly strong, and especially that Dehaka. We talked about the stats that they have on Dehaka. It's absolutely crazy.
They're 12-0 now with that Dehaka false combination.
They should be 12-0 with that combo. So
good.
Putting an end to that streak, not going to be easy. So good luck, Tricked Esports, I suppose.
And I love the Greymane pickup here too. I just feel like Greymane is one of the strongest heroes for getting a snap boss call. If you do get a pick and you turn around, he just burns through a boss so quickly. Well, let's do it. Game number 4. Team Liquid currently leading 2-1 over Tricked Esport. Can they close out the series, or Team Liquid Tricked Esport tie it up? So many T's. Caldor, please take it away.
All that Team Liquid needs to do here is win one more map, and they are victorious in today's best of 5. To the left, we have them, of course, with Bloomby currently rocking that front line again, currently playing the Mirrodin, has Orbs on Falstad, Splendor on Rhaegar, Greymane played by Norok, and Darkmark on Dehaka.
And to the right, Tricked Esports in the red. Nape will be on the Malfurion, as he always is. Alex Saprogi on Arthas, looking for another victory here to tie up the series. Crosby will be on Gul'dan. First time of the day that we will be seeing him running that hero. Etherna will continue to be on Volat, and Rimmer on ETC. Big aggressive play from Tricked Esport, and this has become so staple now that they always push the bottom lane and apply some pressure that Team Liquid has prepared for it. Blumby jumps over, looks for his Stormbolt, will not connect for a kill, and Tricked Esport will walk away.
It seems really predictable at this point. The same happened on Sky Temple. Team Liquid was actually able to get way more damage in against them. So that seems definitely like something that they have to shake up a bit in the future. And teams will start to take advantage of that, as indeed Team Liquid already has in this series.
Well, maybe they're doing the high-level play. They're setting up for the playoffs. They'll continue to do it in all 5 weeks here of the HGC, and then when the playoffs hit, they'll go with the top lane instead. Stormbolt into Drag, into Root, as Nappy is going to be able to keep him alive for a small amount of time, but Nurok comes in for the kill, and Team Liquid, first blood of the day.
Once again, go in, and they go in swinging, doing very well here, so they take down Gul'dan. It's not only the first time that we actually see him on Gul'dan here right now, so it's the only time they picked up Gul'dan. Team Liquid was the team that was running him the entire time. I feel that was really one of those moments where you see Tricked in there just saying, okay, we take something away from our opponent that we are also confident in playing. But that aggression against Gul'dan, that's why you have to have great positioning with him in order to make sure that he survives. So, yeah. Team Liquid trying to turn it around here and trying to be aggressive on their own, moving in and eliminating a lot of HP of both towers in that mid lane wall.
Trying to hold on for now. The pressure from Team Liquid has been pretty darn high so far now. 2 minutes about to hit for our teams, which means they're going to grab the Giants anywhere from 215 to 255. We could have that Ultra Spawn. So Greymane or Rhaegar can sit on that Giant and wait it out before grabbing it. At the same time, Tricked Esport will answer on the bottom right as well. So there we go. Mercs being grabbed. Very standard for our 2 teams. We do have Blumby. If you just watch the minimap, he's floating between the middle and the bottom here. Maybe looking for a pick that someone could rotate into him, especially that Greymane being near. But nobody on Tricked Esport is playing too aggressively.
Yeah. And for the viewers that are a little bit newer as we see the team set up, this is a bit of an advantageous position now for Tricked Esports because the tribute spawns at the top. Both have taken the camp, and that means that Tricked Esports camp will move through that bot lane. So Team Liquid has to make a choice of either committing 5 heroes to a fight around the curse, or they have to say, hey, no, we can't do that, or the camp is going to get too much value, we need to keep someone at the bottom. And Tricked is actually trying to mind game around it a little bit. But they still should not give this one up. Alex is waiting quite some time. And it's actually Team Liquid that picks up that first tribute. So right now Tricked has to get value out of this, and they do. They are already a level ahead.
Level ahead to move towards 7. Blumby comes in. Darkmark is going to be burrowing here. Rimmer's on the left. This should be a dead Dehaka. There it is. Tricked Esport did all the right things. If you give up a tribute, you want to get value out of the Giants, as you were mentioning, and they also got a pick. Those are great, solid moves by them.
Yeah, so just to elaborate about this once again. So normally what you see, as I explained, is that the team has to make a choice. Like, you have to either let the Giants walk through the lane alone, or you let the tribute slide. So in this case, Tricked was trying to mind game that a little bit. Instead of using that small advantage and going to the top lane to fight for the tribute, they only had 1 hero here for a delay and kept the rest at the bot lane because they expected that Team Liquid would only commit 1. And then with that heavy bot lane, they just escorted the Giants, got the entire wall that gave them an experience lead, and they got a lot of pressure against the fort. So that was actually a really smart move by them that we don't really see all that often. The problem that they have with it is they gave us a tribute to make it happen, and now with Alex dying at the top lane on the Arthurs, as we just saw, and a second tribute being picked up, all of a sudden, it's not Tricked anymore that's ahead, it's even Experience, and Team Liquid having 2 versus 0 tributes, so that backfired fast.
Yes, that problem can definitely become a major problem if you don't not die. I think Coach William said it best at Heroes of the Dorm.
Coach William, yeah.
Yeah, Coach William, have fun, don't die, which is very important. And sadly, Arts getting picked off in the top lane did hurt, and now Team Liquid is now starting to kind of roll relatively heavy here. Etherno goes in for the counterattack, and he is going to fall victim to Hasselhoffs, and here comes Splendor to show up as well. He just wanted to get a little bite in there, but Tricked Esport is focusing on this fort. They should be able to get it if they were to continue pushing, but with pressure in the middle, we actually have our Gul'dan rotating the middle to deal with that.
Did that remind you of something?
No, it didn't. Remind me.
Zeratul, when he was trying to go for the false stat on Towers
did.
of Doom, it was the same situation basically. Vala dives deep to get the kill against Muradin, just barely by one auto attack misses it, and they themselves lose the kill. And again, Riverballer just walking away with nothing, and Hasselhoffs nearly falling here. This is just a bloodbath on both sides the entire time. Oh!
Rimmer shows up for the final auto attack.
Get wrecked.
Taking out Falstead. Get wrecked is an appropriate response to that. And HGC will head to the bottom to soak up to get that level 9. As Tricked Esport should get this tribute, as Team Liquid should give it up, and they will do so. 9-9, our teams are actually even experience. Now, Team Liquid is ahead in tributes, 2-3. It'll be 2-1 in a second here. But overall, our early game has been played well by both teams.
Okay, I want to also talk about something that we haven't really mentioned too much just yet. If you look at the level 4 talent on Falstad, it's something that we do not see a lot. One of the few players that actually plays it is Hasselhoffs. But let's come back to that in a moment, because this boss fight is about to get real.
Things are about to explode for our two teams. Blumby sitting on top of the boss here. He's attempting to hold it. He will give his life for it. Darkmok rocks in a little too late. Alex Aproji is being focused down, but he is quite healthy and robust, and he will waltz away. The boss goes to Tricked Esport, and they get 3 kills.
All right, that doesn't get any better than this. 3 kills and a bot on the lane, saving all of your team members. Great play there. So we all of a sudden have Tricked Esports moving through that top lane, wrecking the wall and aiming for that fort. They have level 10, so does their opponent, but this is a rough break here for Team Liquid.
I'm loving this new play for Tricked Esport. It used to be you would watch them and they would just slowly not die and try to make a play in the late game. They are making aggressive shot calls. They have learned as a team, and they're showing it against arguably the best team in the league.
So now we have another tribute on the map, and just coming back on the false side quickly. Hasselhoffs is one of the few players that plays this talent, and one of the main reasons is that it's very difficult to engage upon you. You can always just move away, and it's very important for positioning when you want to gust. He's trying to get a good flank for perfect gust positioning and then get more value out of his heroic. So he's one of the few that makes these arguments against it, but he's using it really well. Once again, there we have Greymane already down. ETC jumps in, doesn't hit anything whatsoever, trying to go for a bit of a party. Hasselhoffs with a majestic flight over that bit of rock, but Dehaka, well, he can't fly away, and that burrow was not available right now, so he is down. That is another double kill.
That is another double kill. 2 members down, a boss being grabbed, 2-2 in terms of tributes being grabbed for both of our teams. Next tribute is Curse Point for both of them, and Team Liquid will be forced to deal with a boss that will be pushing into their base on the bottom side of the map.
I mean, I don't want to say anything here, but Team Liquid is currently just completely getting wrecked by Tricked. This is up to... I mean, the last 2 fights haven't even been close. Tricked is building a huge amount of momentum for themselves here, and we all know that Team Liquid is a fantastic team that can come back from such a situation, but I did not expect them to really struggle this hard during these team fights.
Yeah, the game is far from over, but this is probably the first time that I've watched Tricked Esport and been excited for them going into the mid-game. They're ahead 12-11, looking to get to level 13 too. The next tribute is going to be Curse Point for them. Team Liquid may have to give it up, and they may just do so with the boss pushing in the bottom. Alex Aproji looking confident in his movement as he sets up the entire perimeter around that tribute.
They accept the curse. They just simply defend the boss. They know 13 is about to hit for Tricked, and they're not risking it. At this point, this is one of those moments where you have to eat the bullet. You have just like, okay, let's just eat that curse right now, try to survive as much as we can, but we can't really change anything. Losing Muradin here, that would be an issue. Oh my god. Oh, what?
The Horrify?
What? Oh, how did he survive that?
Because Splendor is a god. We talked about this 2 games ago. The heals, the cleanse, and also Muradin just being quite tanky will survive.
How do you survive that? It's the perfect, like, it's the perfect chain. You have a lockdown after another, and the damage is there, and Muradin just says like, yep, I don't care, and walks away. This is, wow, that was good.
Welcome to Muradin, man. Blumby in the front line. Now with them not having a dead Muradin, they're able to go for an engage. Stage dive does come out. The Haka will be able to burrow for now. Big Mighty Gus coming out. Crosby gets focused down as he was the main target. The hammering does not connect, but it doesn't matter as Hasselhoff bringing the auto attacks, working on Malfurion. Blumby low on health in the top left, but there's no major threat to take him out. Darkmok will have a drag soon. Does not get the opportunity to go in for the engage, but Team Liquid turns that around.
Yeah, that was Team Liquid just showing up this time. And that Mighty Gus that we saw, that didn't really seem... It didn't look like it did much, but it did exactly what it had to. It pushed Gul'dan into the rest of the team. Only hit one hero, but that's the hero that they needed to hit to make sure that they could turn this around. We talked a lot about the positioning of a hero like Gul'dan, and it is absolutely crucial. So as long as they can get a kill on him or a good engage, they are in a decent spot. Tricked Esports is still ahead, of course, but that was a pretty good move here on their part. That was a decent fight for Team Liquid.
Yeah, Team Liquid did what Team Liquid needed to do. Don't lose keeps, maybe get a pick on the rotation with that Mighty Gus, and they did just that. So Team Liquid now is in a spot where they can make a power play with the next tribute. You grab it, get the curse, get some pressure on your opponents, break down that fort, and open up the battleground, which is what makes Global so strong, in particular Falstad. So let's watch out for that here. Bosses should be spawning relatively soon, I believe in the next 60 seconds. So we can have those being grabbed, especially the one in the top right corner. Team Liquid, at the moment, moving in the bottom, waiting for someone to potentially rotate into the Dahaka, Greymane, Rhaegar combo, but Alex the Prodigy is being very safe with his rotations.
Right now, Trick needs to start thinking about what are they going to do with the level 16. So they could try and force a boss, and they need to, of course, also have a bit an eye on the tributes on the map, but they should attempt to get something out of the earlier level 16. Because it's only a small window that they have here, but it is one that actually really matters quite a bit. They already see Blumby there. Okay, that's 3 damage against him. That's good. There's the root. Nice! Interrupting the jump. That was perfect. The follow-up with the ult. Gul'dan actually messing that up quite a bit. The Gus comes in, but Blumby's not out of him yet. He's trying to jump away, and ETC to the face. Goodbye, my friend. Muradin is down.
Tricked Esport just killed 2 health bars worth of Muradins. That's how much damage they put out on one target. Now, they did burn a lot of heroics, a massive amount of heroics. Blumby will be spawning in about 24 seconds on that Muradin. The boss is being focused down. Team Liquid's going to attempt to slow down the actual tribute being grabbed. Rimmer here on the left side, and Crosby to poke as well. But at least they get boss pressure in the top lane.
They played this really well, actually. They have the 16 advantage, so they go for the boss. They still keep someone around to interrupt the tribute. But in this case, it was actually Gul'dan who messed up a bit in that early chain to take down Muradin. They could have killed him in the first attempt, but he overlapped his ult, so that interrupt didn't really chain the way that they were hoping for, and Muradin was starting to walk away. So I love still how ETC was actually controlling all of this. He really waited to make sure that he can interrupt the jump. He did so, interrupted the tribute channel afterwards. They are really doing well here, but it's still a very close game. If you look at it, 9 kills against 4, but that boss, of course, is a bit of a game changer in this scenario.
Yeah, they really want to get keep damage here. The Giants that are pushing for Team Liquid have actually snuck all the way around it and are going to keep wall now. So Tricked Esport is going for the play, and they're doing it now. Horrify is available. Hasselhoff on the right side, floating around with that Mighty Gus in case he needs to do it. All of the members for Team Liquid will focus on the boss for now. Blumby is looking for an engage. Is he going to hop in and drop the Storm Bolt? Alex Aproji with the Howling Blast. It connects. Crosby is going to be hit here with the Storm Bolt. Blumby chasing.
Yeah, they were trying to pull an Admiral Akbar there, but the trap did not succeed. So for now, they're moving back, but here comes the Haka. Now Team Liquid is trying to turn it around, is moving in already as is, looking for the potential taunt, but they turn against the Haka. In the meantime, Eternal is pressuring Hazard, gets the final arrow in. Gets the kill. There comes again a great Ancestral, but it doesn't change the fact that Darkmok is way too fine. It's a double kill. It's a triple, and that is going to be the keep at the top lane.
Yeah, they should push in for the keep here on the top left. They're going to start grabbing the tribute. The shot call. A little passive here. I think they're looking towards the boss instead. I think the keep would have been the better play, and then he forced a fight around the boss in the bottom left, but Tricked Esport hoping to open the battleground here. Now, think about the long con. They're probably thinking we get the boss here, get pressure on that keep in the bottom left, and then when we get a curse, we're going to be able to get a couple of keeps and potentially go for the win. Boss heads up in 3 seconds, and they're taking the boss before Mighty Gust.
I am a little bit surprised to see that, to be honest. I would have taken that keep immediately. You can still posture around the boss later. As long as you get that top lane pressure out of the way, that's great for them. They want to time it with the curse, and as long as they are able to do that, if Team Liquid allows that, then all right. But that seemed like a free keep up at the top. Look at this. Like, Team Liquid is actually expecting the boss to be taken, and Tricked just says, like, no, we're going to wait for that curse to spawn.
Well, Team Liquid did grab a Giants push out in the top. The good news for Team Liquid fans is this curse should be spawning before Trick does get level 20, which means Team Liquid can win a team fight. They are in danger of having to deal with their keeps falling, but a fight is winnable. Rimmer's on the left here, so is Blumby.
This is working out so beautifully well.
Yeah.
This is pretty impressive. I would have definitely gone for the keep here, but just look how well this works. They get the boss and they get also the keep. That was an insanely good call. That was really well done. Kudos, kudos to Alex if that was his call, but now they have the boss here, they have the curse as well, so there's a lot for HGC jumping in again. They're trying to get the stun against Rhaegar. Splendor in trouble, he goes down, and that's a kill. That's a 5 versus 4, and the boss still hammering away at the keep.
Yeah, but hitting the keep, there's going to be a lot of pressure there. Now, with no Ancestral being available and no Rhaegar and no Mighty Gust, Tricked Esport will look towards the core. Alex Aproji leading the charge. Blumby's on the back right. The boss did move over towards the keep area, so this is slowing down the boss push overall. Alex Aproji is being focused down. Crosby on the back left is dealing with Darkmonk at the same time. The core starts to fall 80 to 70 to 60%.
Nice, they go for it, and they are going to win this game. Great play here by Tricked Esport. And I mean, we criticized the decision-making a bit on Infernal Shrines when they had this situation that in the end led to them falling behind this far. But that call was great. To me, when I saw that at first, I was just like, why on earth would you not go for the keep? It's free, it's right there. But them actually calculating that the next tribute will spawn this soon, that they would be like, okay, we can just take the boss, delay it a little bit, and then get boss and curse at the same time, or put a very difficult choice in front of Team Liquid. That was a fantastic call. It was really well done. That made up for a lot of what happened on Infernal Shrines, and now we have again at high.
Well, the game is all tied up 2-2. We're gonna get ready for game number 5. We'll be right back.
Behold Ragnaros!
As the Lord of Azeroth's fire elementals, Ragnaros desires nothing more than to burn.